Hello, hello, hello,
Hey,
everybody.
everybody.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome. We're so excited that you're here. Put your name in the chat and who invited you, where you're from. We got some Texas girls, we got some Florida girls. So, hey, I know though, if y'all want a vacation, spring break, right, is coming up for a lot of us. So, put in the chat where you're going. If you have any fun trips, so we are going to the Bahamas. I'm so excited. Our
Wow.
first family cruise. So, my kids are, well, hopefully they're getting pumped. They better appreciate it. Y'all know, right? We're like, I
If
was
not,
telling
I'll go.
I know. I was telling them today, I'm like, I never went to the Bahamas. I was like in my 20s. You guys were like lucky, right? So, anyways, put in the chat. We'd love to see like where you're going, if you're doing any trips, or maybe you're just like, I want to stay home. Sometimes it's like nice, just like, I don't want to do anything, right? Be able to do that. But we're so happy you're here. So, grab if you got a water or your favorite drink. We just want you to feel like you're literally sitting on a couch having coffee with a girlfriend. That's the vibe. So, I am going to ask you if you are multitasking to just go lock yourself in the closet. Go tell the kids to give you just a couple minutes because sometimes you don't know that I believe in divine interventions. And today could be a divine intervention where you hear something that God wants to pierce your heart. And I don't know exactly what that is, but I know we've prayed over this and I believe that He has something to speak to you. So I just want you to be positioned so you are able to hear Him clearly. Sound good? So give me like a little emoji, something in the chat about how you're feeling with that. A heart, a thumbs up, a little praise thing, whatever. All right. So we're so excited. You're going to get to know all three of us, Valerie, Sydney, myself a little bit. But ultimately, we want you thinking about you. Like you're the hero of this conversation. And we want you to really be thinking about your life and where you're at. So what I'd love for you to put in the chat, we would love to know, what do you want or need more of in your life right now? So whatever season that you're in, maybe you have young babies, maybe you're newlywed, maybe you're empty nester, and maybe you've had a major life change recently, health stuff or divorce or just different things. Like, what is it right now? If I could wave a magic wand and give you that thing, what would it be? We want you to put that in the chat. And then I want you just to be open as you're listening to our conversations and going, could Mary Kay fill that need or fill that want? And y'all, that's what this is about. It should be a simple yes or a simple no. The person who invited you here, she wants to work with you, else you would have invited you here, right? We invite people we want to work with. So she wants to see if this could be a blessing in your life. This is not something we're trying to convince women to do. We are trying to help women support them in their dreams, their goals, their needs, their wants, whether that's to pay those extra groceries that have skyrocketed, or it's because you have big dreams that you're not really sure how those are going to happen. And if you're honest, you maybe have started to give up on those a little bit. So doesn't matter what that is. So put that in the chat. What do you want or need more of in your life right now? And so we're going to share a little bit piece of our heart and how this has been a blessing in our life. So Valerie, I would love to just kind of get it started with sharing, where were you in life? What season were you in when Mary Kay found you?
Okay, so I was 25 years old. I was working for a chiropractor by the day and going to college at night. And I was a single mom. My oldest daughter was 7 at the time. And so I was really busy. But I definitely didn't know anything about makeup or skincare or any of those things. I was a Noxzema and Oil of Olay kind of girl, didn't wear makeup. But when my beauty consultant came into our office and was handing out flowers and offered me a free facial. And to be honest, I don't even know why I said yes, because I'm an introvert, total introvert. But it was probably a God thing. I said yes. She told me about the opportunity. And what got my attention was the 50% profit got my attention. And even though I didn't know anything about makeup or skincare or people, I was like, I'm teachable, trainable. Okay, let me give this a shot. So that's where I was at when I started.
I love it. I love it. So customer appreciation. If you're a consultant listening, I just hope like you just wrote that down, right? Because you never know when you can meet a top leader in our company because you chose to go be a blessing and just make other people feel special. How cool is that? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really cool. And so here I am, 27 years later.
Wow.
Still in Mary Kay and loving having my own business.
And can y'all just say with Valerie, I mean, I'm obsessed with your hair, Valerie. I can't even take it. I'm over here. I'm like, I just want to fluff mine up more. You're just so beautiful, right? I said, no, but I love my straight hair and I love, right? We love each other's stuff, but it's just so beautiful. I love it. And yeah, it's crazy.
So
All right.
Valerie and I met we were both top directors, and it was during COVID, that COVID time where we earned these top director trips and we did not get to go on them. They gave us cash compensation instead for 2 years, for 20 and 2021. And a friend of mine and I decided that it's not fair for all these directors, especially that have never been on a top director trip, that earned it and didn't get to go, right? Because it's really like it doesn't matter where we go, right, Valerie and Amy? Like it could be Timbuktu. It does not matter. It's like the people,
We bring
right?
the fun. We bring the fun.
Experience. And so we decided to do our own little top director weekend, and we organized it all and put it together. And Valerie was one of the ladies that came and was actually one of our speakers because she was a prestige director that year. And that's where we met. And I heard her story and just some of the challenges that she just really touched my heart. Like, I think I was crying when you were sharing your story and just the challenges that you have faced, in your Mary Kay journey, just the life challenges. And, a lot of people, they see us as top executives in this business, right? And they're like, oh, it's all easy for them, and it's not. There is ups and downs, there's valleys, there's mountaintops. I mean, we would love to be on the mountaintop all year, every day, but that's not where God grows us, right? He grows us in the valleys, and we wouldn't appreciate the mountaintops if we didn't have those valleys, right? So Valerie, just expand a little bit and tell us about just part of your journey that you've gone through. How many years have you been in Mary Kay, Valerie?
27 years. So one of the first things I had to overcome was just being an introvert. Like, I didn't talk to people. I lived in a city that I knew 3 women. That was it, the girls I worked with. And I remember my sales director being, seriously, they're all the people you know? I'm like, yeah, seriously. All my family's back in Colorado. And this is before we worked virtual. So we did everything in person. I'm like, yeah, seriously, I just know 3 people. So I had to learn how to overcome being shy. Now, I'm still an introvert. 27 years later, I would still call myself an introvert. I'm not going to be the first person to strike up a conversation with people. However, I do have this agreement with the Lord that if a woman talks to me first, it's on. I'm talking to her about Mary Kay. but so I had to learn how to overcome that. I had a car with no air conditioning. I would drive to parties, and I live in San Antonio, Texas. It's hot. It's humid. And I desperately needed a car. I didn't earn the use of a car right away because my belief in myself and my self-confidence was so low that I was in Mary Kay for 6 years before I earned the use of a car. Not that it takes 6 years to earn the use of a car in Mary Kay, because once I made the decision to go for it, it took 4 months to earn the use of my car and then become a sales director. However, it took that long for me to build my confidence in myself, to believe that I could actually do it. So that was an obstacle I'd overcome. And I still work on that, to be honest with you. I mean, I am in my 50s, 52, and I still work on my confidence.
You do not look 52.
It's Mary Kay.
I
know. So anyone out there, if you're in your 20s, start Mary Kay when you're
started in your 20s. We all started in our 20s, right? We all started using this product in our 20s. So,
but I always say it's never too early and it's never too late to start on skincare. The other thing I had is just life, right? Life happens, and so I was single when I started my business. I was married for 18 years, a marriage that was very up and down. And so, working through those challenges, and, I had to be, even though I was married, I was the sole support of our family multiple times during, of our family of 4 during our marriage. So a lot of financial struggles. And the one thing that was constant, 2 things were constant, is my faith in God and my Mary Kay. I could count on those 2 things to get me through. And so now I'm 52-year-old single mom again. My youngest daughter lives with me. She's 20. And so I will say the financial stability and security that Mary Kay has brought me has been huge. And so, yeah, that's something I definitely want to convey to any single ladies out there taking care of yourself, not, married, no kids. You can take care of yourself on Mary Kay income. But we never know what life's going to throw our way, right? Aging parents, sick children, divorce, whatever. So this can be a thing to get you through.
Well, and I think, Valerie, when we go through hardships, a lot of times like our confidence can kind of take a hit. We can really struggle with even believing like, hey, is this going to be okay? And like, I'm sure doubt crept in, right? And luckily you had that faith there. But can you talk a little bit about that? Like, what in this journey, because if there's one thing I could give, if I could say, hey, let me give you all, regardless of our season of life, it's confidence, because it does help us so much. So what would you say, like, how did you have that belief when it was hard? How did you, build your confidence so that you could get to such a high level in Mary Kay?
Well, it started with my sales director. And that's one of the best things about when you are an independent beauty consultant, you already have a mentor who has your best interests at heart. And so for me, that was Shirley Oppenheimer. And she just kept breathing that belief into me. And she would always say, lean into my belief until you could have enough for yourself. And so it started with her. And then as my faith grew, I really had to work on, standing on God's promises, knowing that they were for me too, knowing that I was already worthy. I was already worthy of it all. Right. And so that, but then also constantly renewing my mind with scripture, but also listening to audiobooks, reading books, staying plugged into positive podcasts. I mean, those are things that I still do to this day, because our mind, it can go really negative. And so those are the main things that helped me. And then just in the doing, like you become more confident in the doing. I remember my very first facial being scared to death. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And the easier it gets, the more confidence you have. And when you help other people feel good and look good, that builds your confidence too. So time and practice builds confidence. Yeah.
So good. I'm so glad that you touched on the mentorship piece. I think as I talk to women, out there in the world right now, a lot of people want a mentor. They want someone who can guide them to get to a better place in life, whether that's financially, whether that's in that mindset, whether it's building their confidence, building their belief, building something. And the other piece of it is they really want something to belong to. Yes. And I think when I first got started, I was new in South Florida, and I think I wouldn't have made it, like had Mary Kay, the sisterhood, not come in to get the mentorship of not just sisterhood, right? But actually high level thinking women who are chasing after God and chasing after making a positive difference in the world. That's a completely different tribe of women than just women sitting around complaining, being a victim, right? And not doing that. But I always think about it as like a rocket ship. And they're like the fire underneath, right? You're not pulling someone. You're like, you're fueling them to become their greatest version of themselves, right? Like to reach their God-given potential. And I know that, we have people do that for us, and now we get to do that for other women. So if anyone is listening to this, I just want to say two things. You may be in one of two places. You may be in a place that you need that. You need someone to fuel your fire. You need someone to believe in you. And that belief, I mean, we all have greatness inside of us. It wasn't like we were just hand selected to become a top leader or to do great things, or we were blessed. No, yes, it took hard work, but I just want the ladies, I want y'all to know listening that it's a game changer in your life when you have people breathing belief into you. It really, really is. And seeing the greatness and guiding you, right? Like think about it. You have a guide to wherever you want to go, whatever you put, go back to what you put in that chat that you wanted to start with. Whatever that was, what if you had a guide, someone that could show you there, take you there, right? Or some of you may be like, I got the confidence. And I'll be honest, I had a lot of confidence when I joined Mary Kay at an early age. I had been leading people at an early age, but I did not have belief in Mary Kay. that's what took me a while to have that. And so after I went to my first event that I saw that. So some of you may be going, I have I would love to impact women. I would love to make a difference, but do I really think this is my path and this is the way? And I would just say to you that if you could get excited, just like Valerie even said, the 50%, right? And I just tell people all the time, you never know unless you try. And you will go try a new restaurant, right? And invest sometimes $100, $200, and there's no outcome. There's no for sure if it's going to do good, or you may go on a trip and not love it, or stay at a hotel and spend, a couple $100. So I love this month, and Cindy's going to tell you all about this in just a minute, that you can start for so little this month. It's always, to me, not a lot, but in anything in life, you never know unless you try. That is a fact. You just never, ever know. So you may not, your story is not going to be Valerie's story or my story or Cindy's story. But if you want more in life, whether it's finances, whether it's just able to design your life around God, family, career, that is what we help women do. Like, how can you live a life that God and family are above anything else? Or maybe you need that mentorship, that sisterhood, that tribe of women around you that are going to fuel you to be the best version of you. So Valerie, are there what are just some closing thoughts that you would just speak into women? Like, why now? Like, why now for Mary Kay? And then Cindy, if you'll share kind of how they can get started.
Well, for sure. It's like the $20 holler. I mean, come on. I just had lunch with a girlfriend. I spent more than $20 on my lunch and my cappuccino. So seriously, what do you have to lose? The worst thing that will happen to you is you're going to smell great and you're going to look great. Okay. You're going to be in your 50s and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm 50 years old. And people won't believe you. That'll be the worst thing that'll happen. But the best thing that'll happen is that you'll come in, have some fun, make some money, make great girlfriends, help others feel great about themselves, take someone else along with you on this journey. And I mean, the sky's the limit. You never know till you try.
Yep. So at this point, we hope you heard something that maybe resonated with you, that was like, I mean, it's $20. Like, why not? Like, that's what I say, is like, why not? And you're not marrying Mary Kay. You're just kind of dating her and checking her out. So I want to really just share with you guys what you do next if you decide, hey, why not? What to do next. So first, there are 3 types of consultants, right? We have one consultant is like, you know what? I love this product, right? We fall in love with this product. So I love this product, and there's nothing more natural than women falling in love with something and like wanting to share it with other people. So I have like my inner circle that I'm going to be the go-to girl, right, for it. I want to stay in the know about what's the latest and the greatest, new products, new trends. But I love that little discount that Mary Kay offers to Mary Kay Beauty Consultants, right? And so you might just choose to be a beauty insider. Maybe you don't want a lot. Maybe you don't want to really have a lot of personal growth, or maybe you don't want to increase your income, or, maybe you just want to save some money. Okay. And be the go-to girl for a few friends and family, right? That's our beauty insider. Okay. Or you might want to be like, you know what? I want to save some money, but I also would like to make a little bit extra money, right? We are all about financing dreams in Mary Kay. And the first dream that I financed in this business was to pay off $8,000 in credit card debt, right? And so how excited could you be to pay off your credit card debt in the next 4 months? Or that's what happened to me, is in my first 4 months, or in the next year, or in the next couple of years, have zero debt. I mean, right? Be financially secure and independent. And so maybe you're like, I just want to make a little bit extra money on the side to be able to pay for those expensive groceries, be able to pay for my kids, soccer practice, whatever it might be. Okay. And save a little bit of money as well. Those are our side gig girls, right? I'm just doing it as a little side gig. Or you might be like, you know what? I love everything that these ladies just said. And I want to make an executive income. I want to drive those free cars. I want to have those vacations around the world, that Amy and Valerie and I get to have. And I want to have a larger impact and a larger platform to enrich women's lives. I want to look at this as a career. So you might be the person that is like, God has blessed me with leadership skills. He's blessed me with the gift of leadership. And I'm not digging into that. I'm not activating that leadership right now. And I want that. And I just want to tell everybody that all three of us, we are looking for women that have been given the gift of leadership that want to step up into that leadership opportunity, right? We have a beautiful opportunity to grow and learn and to step up into leadership. So you might be a boss babe. That may be you. Okay. So we all started at different levels. I think we all were like a side gig. I mean, a lot of people it just started as like, I want to save some money. And they're like, ooh, then they see, right, what this business has to offer. And so they might just switch, and so drop in the comments. If you were to say, make a $20 holler decision today, drop in the comments, which person or which type of consultant would you be? Would you be that beauty insider, just loving your product and being the go-to girl for your inner circle? Would you be just do it as a side gig and make a little bit of extra money? Or would you really be like, I want to look at this as a career opportunity, or I want to grow into a career with Mary Kay? So drop that in, boss babe. That's the boss babe. So drop that in the comments. Which one? Okay. Now I'm going to tell you how to get started. So you've got a few options here. So first, you heard from Valerie that this month we actually have a special, a gift from Mary Kay, right? We have a gift. And what that gift is that you can actually start your business for just $20. I wish I had my little $20 bill. I don't have it right here. But you can actually just start your business for $20. And with that, you get your website, you get your ProPay, which is your credit card processing where people can shop and pay 24/7 on your website. You get your own consultant number that gives you inside access to shopping for 50% off, to making a 50% profit, to get us as your mentors. Like, how cool is that? Like, we're priceless, right? Like, we're your gifts with purchase. And so you get all of that for just $20. Now, you might be like, you know what? I want to upgrade, right? And for just $80 more, you can upgrade to our Pro Start Kit, where you actually, check this out, get this big bag. Okay, isn't this beautiful? Like, it looks like a designer bag, right? I mean, the bag is worth more than $80, right? And then it comes with all kinds of goodness in there, over $400 worth of products at the front. Okay. And plus the flip chart that tells you what to say, mirrors, sales tickets, sales aids, all the things. And, Amy and Valerie and I, we jump out of the bag, right? And so we come in that bag too. And guys, let me just say that you never know what blessings God is going to put in that bag, right? You never know what's going to come in it. Right now, it's going to come with over $400 worth of product. But just by making that decision, even just a $20 decision, so many blessings. I know all of us, the three of us, we have gotten more out of our Mary Kay business than we could have ever imagined. Right? I just want to make $100 a week. That's was my goal, pay off my debt and be able to go home, stay home with kids when I got married and had kids. I mean, that was my dream. I could have never imagined the dream life that I get to live today because of my $100 decision that I made 23 years ago. We all made $100 decisions, all of us. And let me just tell you, that we did not get a website. We did not get our ProPay. We did not get $400 worth of full retail product in our starter kit. I got little demo tubes. I didn't even get product. Amy, did you get full size product in your starter kit?
Mm-hmm.
You did. Okay. So Valerie, I know you didn't because you've been in
Mine was
2020.
like a chemistry set.
It was like a chemistry set. Yeah. And so we lost Amy. So hold on, let me get out of this full screen. So yeah, so you can actually start and get it all for $100. Okay. And what else in America it increases in value and stays the price after 20 something? I mean, it's been $100. It was $100 back in 1990. 1990.
Yeah.
It's $100 this month to do it all. So guys, drop in the comments if you would just do the $20 or you would do the 100. Okay. Drop that in the comments if you would upgrade. Okay. So, and then also just in closing, you're going to drop an A, B, or C. Okay. A is absolutely $20. I mean, it's worth a try. Why not? Like, worst thing that could happen is I get my product that I really love for 50% off. Okay. Or B is, book me for an MK Q&A. I've got some questions. Okay. Or C is I am completely happy with my life right now. I don't really need anything more in my life. And I just want to support my customer or my consultant and say being a happy customer. I don't need that 50% off. So that is C. So thank you guys so much for your time today. And we are so excited to welcome many of you into our Pink Tribe. And Valerie, thank you so much, my dear friend, for coming.
My pleasure.
Guest speaker today. And I always love hearing from you. So love y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.